ready?
Cold open joke.
Cold open.
Vow, view, vow, view, vow, view, vow, view, vow to view, vow, 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 vow to view,
Vow to view each other's movies, even though we don't always like them, but it's okay because we love each other and movies too.
Hey everyone, welcome to Vow to View, a Doof Media podcast all about marriage and the things we make each other watch. My name is Elyse Daly.
And I'm Scott Daly.
And together,
we're the Dailies. Take number 2. We did this already.
Don't tell them it's take number 2.
Babe, here's the thing about us is we are upfront, we are honest, we show everyone behind the curtain. Yeah, I tell, babe.
You tell everyone everything or me everything? What are you not telling me?
What?
Exactly.
So
Take a sip of your coffee when I asked.
We recorded this
now
already.
Just, we
recorded this already, and it didn't
not really
work.
Talking to me.
It didn't work, and I was upset about it not working.
You're not saying.
I literally, genuinely, I'm not even doing a bit here. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I legitimately.
I see it in your eyes, sir.
This is not a bit. Stop doing the bit. There's no bit.
I'm not doing no bit.
You're doing a bit, though.
No.
Elyse.
Scott,
this is the show.
I'm going to find it out.
Where each and every week, my wife Elyse and I select a movie and force the other person to watch it. These movies are tied around a theme of our choice.
Tell me.
And then I don't.
Did I royally mess you up yet?
I'm just totally throwing off base here. Yeah.
I love it when I do that.
So
it's my goal in life.
Yeah. So we pick a theme. We make each other watch it.
Oh yeah, that was my joke. Sometimes we try and, what was it?
Are you just trying to repeat your jokes?
Yeah. That's all I can do.
Don't do that.
Think about what my joke was, and then I butcher it by explaining that it was a joke that I already told.
Here's the thing.
Because I'm really good at killing jokes.
Guys, we had some audio issues. We had to do it all over. It's fine. Did I say that already? I feel like I might have said that already.
You did.
We're all discombobulated. It doesn't even matter. This is a show.
We're both really tired.
We just roll with the punches.
Drinking the coffee.
We just roll with the punches like some sort of
7:40 at night.
Sphere.
Roll with punches because we're a sphere, and you watched Sphere.
The point is, we make each other watch movies so we can learn about relationships and each other and love and marriage and all the good stuff. And we have a theme this week. What is that theme, Elyse?
Mama doesn't know.
What does that mean?
That means these are movies that could have fit into a variety of categories. Category number 1, it is the movie that you watched behind your mother's back without your mother knowing. She had no idea until maybe listening to this episode that you had seen the movie. Option number 2, it was a movie that maybe you watched with your mother and that afterwards she realized, maybe we shouldn't have watched this right now. Well, maybe watch it not for the second time for a while.
Yes, so those are the 2 options. And I picked for my movie, a movie which I snuck into without my mom. It's a movie called Sphere. It was a 1998 movie about a sphere.
I didn't sneak into a movie, but I had one of my friends sneak into a movie with me. Not that she couldn't go see it, but she just felt bad because she didn't think that her parents wanted her to go see it. But we were old enough and we all bought tickets. It was fine. And she had such an inner crisis for going to see Borat.
This is
and she was
18?
Yeah, we were seniors in high school.
She was an adult.
Yeah.
Seeing a rated R movie legally.
Yeah. But she was like, my parents wouldn't want me to go see this. I shouldn't go see this. And we're like, we want to go see Borat. She was like, okay, but we can't tell them that we saw Borat. We have to tell them we saw something different. So it just so happened that, we had bought our tickets and we did the, the little ticket booth or whatever so that we could just get the tickets and go in. And I forget if it was me or one of the other ones. We bought our ticket. We went for it. And inside the little box, there was an extra ticket for Flicka, the horse movie Flicka. And so we were like, oh my gosh, Rachel, it's meant to be. There's an extra ticket for you for Flicka, so you can just pretend you went to go see Flicka instead. And she was so excited, so she took it.
That's insane. That's an insane story. You
I
just
know.
told me.
Sorry to show up your Sphere story.
I haven't even told my sphere.
I'm just going to show it up.
Sphere story.
Sphere
Yet,
story.
because we are not talking about the sphere yet.
Oh, we aren't. What are we talking about now?
First, we've got to talk about the thing
That's coming back next week. Actually, coming back tonight.
It's time for
Bachelorette.
Elyse,
Wow.
you just burped into
I
a
don't normally
microphone.
have an audible burp.
It was gross. I felt it in my ear.
Guys, I'm actually kind of proud. I don't normally have anything audible with those.
Guys, never let anyone tell you that women aren't just as disgusting as men.
I did it again.
Such a lame burp. It's such a lame burp. It's so adorable. I love it so much.
But I'm proud of it.
I'm
I
so
did
happy for
it.
you. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks. If we had a burping contest, I'd lose every time. But another contest, I might win.
Oh, you're so disgusting. Anyway, yeah, The Bachelor is coming back.
Should probably edit that out.
Nope, it's staying in. Sorry, Elyse.
Gross.
If you take over editing, you can control what gets in and what is cut out. But
Scott, I may not control the computer, but I do control who controls the computer, and therefore, if I want something out enough, I'll just find my ways.
well, we'll find out if the people are hearing this tomorrow who won and who lost. So this is the part of the podcast where we normally talk about The Bachelor, but The Bachelor is off season for a whole nother week. So instead of doing that, we are going to be talking about what, Elyse?
I don't know, Scott. What are we talking about?
Elyse is doing another bit where she stares at me creepily, but she's forgotten once again that this is an audio medium and nobody else but me.
Nobody else needs to see.
This isn't working,
It's
Elyse.
just you.
We've already moved on from that. You got to keep up. This fast-paced world, radio.
I'm not fast. We're not on a radio. We're on a podcast.
What do you think podcasts are? It's
Not
radio on
radio.
demand. That's literally what it
I don't
is.
have a radio station. I have a podcast station.
Elyse,
Yes.
what
We're
is the
talking about
show?
Fosse Verdon.
What is Fosse Verdon?
Fosse Verdon is, oh yes, let me look back again at my summary. Fosse Verdon is an inside look at the romantic and creative partnership between influential choreographer director Bob Fosse and Gwen Verdon, one of the greatest Broadway dancers of all time. Created by Thomas Kail and Stephen Levinson.
So this is an FX show that is telling the
It is.
The story of these two people. And you, why do you love this show so much?
He was the writer for Dear Evan Hansen.
Who?
The guy that created the show. Stephen Levinson.
Okay.
Yeah. And did this guy write that? No, he just did.
Elyse, oh my
Anyways.
God.
Okay, so the reason that I really wanted to watch this show was because growing up in the dance community, Fosse was iconic, and his style of dance was just something that you knew you wanted to be able to do, and it was very difficult. When people talk about having musicality when you're dancing, people are really talking about almost like dancing just like Fosse.
Fossicality.
Yeah, really. And I mean, it's like he understood the music and choreography in just such a more interesting and complex way that made people, I think, I don't know, just like drawn, I feel like, to all of the
je ne sais quoi.
yeah.
What?
Anyways, so
What?
no, it was good. I mean, people are forgetting, like, once again, this is an audio thing, and the way that you just held your hand and, furrowed your brow, no one could see that, Scott.
Yeah, but
no one could see that.
But I expressed that with my words.
No, but I mean, like, they didn't know that you had your hand up. They didn't know how you furrowed your brow.
I think they could tell by the way I said
now
it,
you're
though.
just saying that, even though. But anyways, so that's why I wanted to watch the show. I didn't really know a whole lot about Gwen and about the dynamic of their relationship and all that she did in order to help his career be as successful as what she seems to be portrayed in right now. And so this is kind of interesting for me to be able to learn about that. But it's really good. And I think Sam Rockwell as Fosse and Michelle Williams. If Michelle Williams is not getting an Emmy nomination, I don't know what is wrong in the world.
She will.
I think she's phenomenal. And I think Sam Rockwell is doing a really good job too.
Yeah, they're great. I love the show so much. I you knew these people because of your love of Broadway. I haven't. I mean, I like Chicago, and they did Chicago. I like Cabaret, they did Cabaret. But I didn't really know anything about them. And turns out, guys, shocker, Bob Fosse, kind of an asshole. Womanizing, cheating. What the show is kind of doing is implying pretty heavily that a lot of his success was because of Gwen Verdon. And every time he gets stuck or has a problem, he pulls her in. She helps fix the problem. She helps solve it. She helps fix the dance number in Cabaret. She helps fix the edit of Cabaret. She's really instrumental in his entire career, but got no credit for it at all. He got all the credit because he was the guy, and she
Was the girl.
And I mean, that's really, I've heard a lot of critiques of the show, and most of the critiques I see that are critical of the show are just like, Bob Fosse's a dick. And my response to that is like, yeah, but that's like what the show's doing. Like that is definitely the goal of the show, is to expose the story. It's based off a book about Fosse. But I think it would be pretty interesting to read.
I think so too.
The show is expertly shot. It jumps in and out of time. Fosse has this thing wherever he gets stressed, it's like this mental tick where he goes back to when he was young and being taught tap dancing from his father. And that's like a point of stress in his life. So whenever his life is getting stressful, like he kind of jumps back into that time. And the show will use the tap steps from that time, like in rhythm.
Oh my gosh,
stress.
that was amazing. And that first episode, and I know it's the first episode because I watched it, I think, like 3 different times with 3 different people, because I was like, everyone needs to watch this show. And so I would make them watch it. That way they could continue watching it with me. But when he was doing the tap, and then it went, like, it layered over with the ringing of the phone, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then it went, you know, like back and forth their conversation. It was like, it was brilliant. I loved it so much.
Yeah. It's a lot of use of good editing and fun cuts and J cuts to do that kind of thing. It's a fantastically well-made show. You're absolutely right. Michelle Williams is like one of the best actresses ever, and she's on the top of her game here. It's such a good performance. Sam Rockwell.
And then you made me see Venom for like 15 minutes with her. I was like, what are you doing, Michelle? Okay. What are you doing?
Point of order. Yes. I put on Venom as like a background thing because Venom's a terrible movie.
Well, then why did you keep it going?
You were watching it. That's why I kept it going. You were watching it.
I was like, what is this? And you said it was Venom, and I didn't want to watch it.
But you did watch it because you were enraptured by the majesty that is Tom Hardy talking to Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Fosse Verdon, it's on FX. I think there have been 5 episodes. 4 or 5, something like that. We wanted to wait until later in the season to talk about this, but now
I thought The Bachelorette was not coming back till Memorial Day. I thought we had more time. It's back tonight. They're doing a reunion show of all the Bachelorettes. I really hope that we're actually recording it and I can watch it after this.
I really hope that we're not.
But I'm not going to make you watch it.
But yeah, I mean, the point is, goodbye off season. Hello, Bachelorette. We'll be back next week on this section of the show to talk about all the new contestants and how just fantastic they all are. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. I can't wait for 3 hours of my Monday to be taken up by this.
I should check Reality
so
Steve
excited.
Again. I always do that.
Oh,
we'll
God.
see what Steve says.
The things you do for love.
Are we ready for that time, Scott?
Yeah, I think we are. What time are you referring to, though?
Well, you know, the Bachelorette, she hands out roses. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about our own rosies. Rosies and thornies.
And thornies. It's like a car, what I just did there.
I got it. It was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Elyse, what's your bad? What's bad?
What's my bad this week?
Yeah, what's your bad?
So we are at week 7.
Week 8.
No, this week that people are slacking on is week 7.
You're
week
right.
7 of week 8. And we are the top team right now for our Peloton champion or our Peloton competition. And it's a bracket, guys, because we started in March. So it was like this whole March Madness thing. And so it was a whole bracket structure. And our team, we have had 100% team effort for the 3 rides for 6 weeks in a row. And it's gotten down to week 7, which if we don't get this week, then we don't go to the head-to-head championship. And we have a bunch of slackers this this week, and I'm getting really upset because I've done my 4 rides every week. And you know what? If I can plan it, you can plan it too. And you better get your ride done, because if we lose because of these people that are just not doing their rides or not checking it off, I'm going to be really upset, because we are on a winning team and we are winners. And I'm not going to let these losers bring our winning team down.
You go, babe. I just looked at the poll.
Yeah. How are we doing?
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
I don't know if it's going to work.
Here's the thing, Elyse.
Yeah.
And like, I love you. And that was that's the most passionate I've ever heard you talk in a long time.
What? Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes, you do.
I did my rides.
Yeah, you did.
You did your rides.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Scott,
Yeah.
remember when I asked if you wanted me to sign you up for the Avengers one? And you're like, yeah, I need you to do it so I can be on our team. And I was like, okay. And you're like, yeah, because I want to be on the winning team. Because I want to be good. I want to be on the winning team. So it's like you pretend like you don't care.
No.
Yeah. You pretend. I might be a little bit more passionate and fired up about this, but you're just really like trying to fuel my fire so that you don't have to, and you can just, like get the warmth off
Elyse,
of it. Yeah.
I want to win.
Yeah.
I want to be on a winning team.
You just don't want to do the work that it takes to win. Is that right?
Excuse me? How many rides have I missed in these past 7 weeks?
I'm just saying you don't want to
How many days in a row?
you don't want to have the winning passion that it takes to win.
No, I'm not going to yell at strangers to do stuff. I don't care that much.
That's what I'm about, yelling at strangers.
If you want to yell at strangers on the internet,
I don't.
go for it.
Scott, do you yell at strangers on the internet?
It's different.
No, Scott.
Totally different.
Don't you do that?
No.
And these little threads about these movie things, and they're your opinions.
Uh-huh.
And if they don't agree with you, I'm sorry. Do you say anything to them?
Yes, but
Oh, no, what's the difference?
the difference is they are wrong.
Ah.
And
So
they
you want to
need-
win the argument. Is that right?
No, it's not about winning the argument. It's
Then
about-
why don't you just let them have their say?
Because I am correct.
How do you know that you're correct? It's an opinion.
Because it's a better opinion.
It's your opinion. And
Yeah,
you
well-
want to win the argument.
No,
Yes.
I've already won the argument.
No, I think I've won the argument.
At least,
Yeah.
my point is, don't get bent out of shape out of this. This is your thorn. This is the worst thing that happened to you this week.
Yeah, 'cause I had to pick something.
Is 10 people aren't going to
Yeah,
ride
to
a bike.
pick something.
Is you might get second place in a tournament that doesn't
I already
matter.
got second place in the one before.
Yeah, and did you die? Did you miss out on that?
You can't name your team Return of the Ghouls and then not go back and win first place. I'm sorry.
Can we talk about our team with that? I'm going to rant about that for a bit because this is
Is
something
this
that
going to
does
be
bother me.
your
No,
thorn
no, this is
instead?
not my
Oh,
thorn.
you just get an extra thorn.
I do.
Wish everyone got extra what they wanted all the time.
So
Extra guac, please. No, you got to pay for that.
what?
What?
So the name of our team is Return of the Ghouls, right? Because this is a Star Wars themed thing.
It's the Zone Wars.
Yeah, here's what I don't understand though. Like all the other teams are just Star Wars themed names.
No, not all of them.
Most of the other teams are just Star Wars themed names.
There's the team with the word pie. The pie people.
I don't understand what that means.
Like ghouls. They keep the word pie in there.
That's dumb. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
Well, then how do you know you're the teams from time to time if you don't have anything that's
Because
a
you're a
common
member
thread?
of the team. I don't.
Yeah, but how does everyone else know your team?
So the Avengers is the next one, right? We're doing
Yes.
Avengers as the theme.
Infinity Zones.
Yeah, Avengers Infinity
Yeah.
Zones. And our team name is going to be
Ghouls of the Galaxy.
stupid.
I think it's kind of
So
fun.
stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry, people don't ride bikes when they should, and that makes you angry. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You know what my thorn is?
What's your thorn?
Ants.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
It's a Woody Allen movie. I don't know how I feel
didn't
about
really
that
like
now.
it.
We have ants in our house.
Yep.
It's bad. I don't like it.
You know what happens.
It's
that time of year.
that time of year. It's getting to be beautiful outside. Winter is over. Spring is here, and all the bugs want to come into our house and eat all our food.
Dumb bugs.
And I hate it.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks?
They come in through the sink. That's what sucks.
Yeah. Well,
that's where they're coming.
Yeah, we got ant traps and stuff, and we're taking care of it. But like, we have the weirdest dogs in the world.
I bet you there's something we could pour down the sink in order to
I
get.
don't think they're actually
ants
coming through the sink.
No, they are. I see them come out through the drain.
I think they're going down at the drain to get food remnants and.
No, they're coming up the sink. I see them climbing up. That's why I put the trap in the sink this morning. Did you turn on the sink and make it wet and ruin it? I forgot to take it out before.
You put the trap in the sink? Don't do that.
No, they were all coming up the drain, and I was like, I'm going to get them. So I put the trap right by where they were.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Because don't put the trap in the sink. Put the trap on the windowsill.
But
they're attracted to the trap. The trap smells good.
Pour vinegar and baking soda down your sink drain. We should try that.
Here's the problem. We have weird dogs that don't eat all their food, right? Like, I've never in my life had a dog that doesn't eat his entire food bowl immediately. But our stupid dogs like to just pick at the food, and they'll just have a little bit. So the other day, there's ants on the dog food.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, what do we do? We can't not leave the food out.
I mean, we could.
No, because they won't eat it. My stupid dog just takes her time eating the food. It's frustrating.
Except she's been a lot more vocal lately about, I want my food, I want my water. I mean, like, I'm getting you your food and your water. Let me take my business.
Be nice to Ghost. Ghost had a rough weekend.
Yeah, she did. Maggie did too. That's what happens when your dogs eat marshmallows.
Yeah, that's what they break into the pantry and eat.
You know, there's a lot of different
marshmallows.
types of ant species.
I don't care.
So are you upset at the Farah ant? The banded sugar ant?
Yeah.
The Tapenoma melon oat? I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Or the Tapenoma sessile?
Yep.
Crimitog?
Yep.
The Argentine ant?
Yep, all of them.
See, no, those are in Florida. You can't be mad at those.
I'm mad at them.
No,
I am
you can't.
so mad at
you
them.
can't.
Elyse, why don't you tell me what your freaking rose is?
Okay, so this past weekend, I always look at the little list for the like hottest new places in Dallas, and one that has been on the list consistently for I think it's the past 2 months was this place called La La Land.
Not the movie.
No, not the movie. It's a cafe and coffee shop. And people were always posting about going there. And I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so much fun. And it's a coffee shop. And Scott and I love coffee shops. So let's just go this weekend. And so I told Scott, I said, Scott, there's one thing I want to do this weekend. I want to go to this new coffee shop. And you were so nice. And you said, of course. And so we went, and it was absolutely wonderful. It was in this cute little old house down in Lower Greenville, which is a fun little area in Dallas to go to. And it has this backyard area. It has a front patio area. It has a little place where you can park your dogs. It has great milk selections. Evidently, if you like matcha tea, there's like really good matcha tea. And
It has great milk selections.
what? I mean, sometimes places don't have good milk selections. I'm quite partial to the oat milk right now, and not everywhere has oat milk. They have oat milk and they have lavender syrup, so I can get an iced lavender latte with oat milk.
You're right.
That is what I like right now, but not everywhere can concoct that for me.
Nowhere
And
they can't concoct it.
Let's just talk about the cookie that was there for a bit. My word. I have talked before about these Levain bakery cookies in New York, and they're delicious. They are like at least an inch thick, and they are warm, and they are gooey in the middle. And this cookie at La La Land, I'm just going to tell you, had it been warm, I think it might have been better. It was.
Why didn't you heat it up?
Well, I just didn't think about that beforehand. But it was, I think, even thicker than the Levain cookies. And I'm telling you, it had chocolate chips in every bite. There was like not a piece of that cookie when you broke it in half where you did not see that there were chocolate chips in the mixture all throughout there. And it was perfectly crisp on the outside, but even still kind of gooey, but like the part where you realized that it was gooey, but then it had sat out so it had hardened sort of thing in the middle.
Right.
I mean, it was the best cookie that I've had in Dallas ever.
Wow.
And I want to go back and get another one.
Okay. So that is La La Land Cafe. Kind Cafe.
Yeah. Scott liked it so much, he got a mug.
Got a mug.
And I liked it so much, I got a tumbler and a cookie and 2 reusable bags.
Well, there we go. And that is La La Land. All right. Are we ready for my rose?
Yeah, what is that?
Summer movie season is here.
Ah, it is.
Baby.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Why?
We had Endgame.
Yep.
You know what we got coming up? Pikachu.
Yeah.
Got the Pikachu movie
We're
coming
going
up.
to have a drinking game with that one.
We got
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. I feel like we bought tickets to movies for like the next month.
John Wick.
We got John Wick. We got Aladdin coming up. I don't know how I feel about that one. Lion King,
King's gonna come
Toy
up.
Story 4. The Spider-Man trailer came out today. I love movies and I love independent movies. I love small, dramatic, not mainstream movies, but I love a good blockbuster movie too. I think they're fun, they're a good time, and I enjoy seeing them. And this is a great time of the year to be a movie fan. It really is. It's a really fun time, and I'm very excited about it.
Well, good,
I
I'm
can't
glad.
wait. And I feel like Endgame was just the beginning. We saw Long Shot last week, and it was hilarious.
It was cute.
I loved that movie.
Scott laughed more than I did. But, what else
Why
is
are you
new?
saying it like that?
I mean,
Back off.
you just find things funnier than I
Yeah,
do.
be nice to me, please.
Okay.
All right. Elyse,
Yep.
is it time to talk about some movies?
I mean, we were talking about movies. We were talking about summer movies.
One movie specifically.
Oh, you want to go to the main movie?
Yeah,
the main
it's time
set.
to talk about
The reason people are not here
98
to listen.
Sphere
98.
98.
I was 9.
Here is I was 12, which is important. Here is Elisa's summary of Sphere.
Right? 9.
A spaceship is discovered on the ocean floor, and a team of scientists is called together in order to explore the ship and make contact with the life forms that are present. After walking onto the ship, the crew discovers a large gold sphere. The spaceship seems to be from the future, which leads Harry and Ted, played by Samuel L. Jackson and Liev Schreiber, to believe that they all die down here because nobody knows about it in the present. Harry decides he wants to go into the sphere because they are all going to die down there anyways. Once Harry goes into the sphere and comes back, crazy things start to happen to the crew. Poor Ted is the only one of the original team that doesn't make it out alive. And
Spoilers.
And they all just decide to forget what they saw to prevent the future from messing up. I think this is when Fury realizes that time travel is
I
real.
think it is.
So
I
that's
think this is actually the prequel to Captain Marvel.
okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's the only logical explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sphere is a 1998 movie. It is directed by Barry Levinson, who did...
Levinson,
yeah.
the brother of Steven Levinson? Do you think that they're brothers? Is this Fosse Verdon brother creator the brother of this guy? Wouldn't that be crazy if they were
I think if it is someone, it's a child.
a child?
Yeah.
Is it his dad? Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I'm gonna investigate this while you talk more about the movie. Is that okay?
Yeah, he directed
Okay.
Rain Man.
Is that why he chose
And
Dustin
he
Hoffman
directed
again?
Good Morning Vietnam. And this is it's spelled differently. It's not the same person.
Oh man!
So this is a movie that came out in the mid 90s, like heyday of Michael Crichton adaptations. So Jurassic Park came out, it blew everyone away, and people said, shit, people like these Michael Crichton books, let's start adapting them into movies. So they made Congo, they made Sphere.
I've never seen Congo.
It's so bad. So bad. And you know what?
What?
This movie's pretty bad too.
I mean, I liked it up to a point. I was
Yeah.
like, this movie isn't that bad, and then it just went
So this
bad.
movie, there's a movie called The Abyss. It's a James Cameron movie that you've never seen.
Which I have not seen.
We are going-
started watching it once, and then I got distracted.
pulled an
But
Elyse.
you know what else?
We are going to watch this movie someday, The Abyss, because I love it.
It's really long, though, if I
It's
recall.
long. It's really, really good. The concept is the same, though, is that they first contact is found on the ocean floor instead of coming from space. What?
Can I just say one incredible thing about? I just saw this trivia about Fosse Verdon. I'm sorry. It's an audio thing. You have to say yes. Sam Rockwell and Michelle Williams made equal pay for this series, which I'm really excited and proud of Michelle Williams for because of all of the stuff that went down with that last movie with her and Mark Wahlberg. Her agent got back on top of this. I am so sorry. You guys cannot see it right now because this is an audio show, but Scott's giving me a look right now that he's really upset that I did that to him. And he just keeps looking at me and he's shaking his head and he's like, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it because she's going to do what she wants anyway. And it's really going to mess up the flow of the show. But you know what? It's fine. It's my wife. I love her anyway. Right, Scott? And he just cocked his head like, yeah, I guess I do. But again, audio show. So nobody knows that you're treating me like that. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I
You're
totally
welcome.
forgot what I was talking about now.
Yeah, I forgot what you were talking about too. But we were talking about The Abyss.
Yeah. So Sphere is like The Abyss, but worse, basically, is my point. The reason I chose this movie, though, is
do tell. Mama doesn't know.
Mama doesn't know.
Okay.
I went to the movie theater with my friends.
No.
This is
Scott?
At least I have something to tell you, and I know, like, you're gonna be shocked. Like, you're sitting down. That's good.
I'm holding my coffee.
Good. Hold it steady.
Okay, I shouldn't take a sip.
I'm not, as people might refer to it, a bad boy.
What?
Yeah, I know. So I didn't really ever sneak into movies. I don't break rules very often. It's just not a thing I do. We never really snuck into rated R movies when I was a kid. And I mean, my parents never really like restricted me from seeing things, you know, like we talked about this a little last week. Like if I watched movies with them that were rated R, you know, and their opinion on it was like, well, if we watch it with him, we can at least have a conversation about anything that comes up that's confusing or weird or inappropriate, as to rather like say no, and then I go out and do it on my own. So I didn't really sneak into movies. I didn't really do this.
You didn't go see Flicka?
I did not go see a Flicka.
Was that in this recording or the other recording?
I honestly don't even know.
I don't remember. Oh, no.
I think it was in this one.
Okay.
But I did go see Sphere when I was 12. And this is how good I am at sneaking into movies. This is me. So I walk up to the box office.
What were you wearing?
I was 12. I don't know. Jeans and a t-shirt. I walk up to the box office and I say, 1 tickets for Sphere, please. The PG-13 movie, Sphere. And
You said that?
No, I did not say that. I was just filling in information.
But I don't put it past you. I need 1 ticket for Sphere, please. Yes, the PG-13 movie Sphere.
And the box office person, who is probably like a 17-year-old kid, whatever, goes, how old are you? And me, brilliant, rule-breaking Scott Daly, go, 12. And then he goes, I can't sell you a ticket. You're 12. It's a PG-13 movie. And my friend had already, I don't remember who this was. My friend had already bought the ticket. He'd already bought one. And I was like, shit. And so this was a AMC, and it was an AMC, like, it's in the Grapevine Mills Mall. I don't know if you've ever been to that AMC.
No.
But it has 2 box offices on either side of this big courtyard.
I understand.
So I just said, oh, bummer. I got out of line. I walked around to the other
Changed your
box
shirt?
office. No, I didn't change my shirt. I walked
Gotta
around to
always
the other
change your
box
shirt.
office, and I went up there and I said, 1 ticket for Sphere, please.
The PG-13
The
movie
PG-13
Sphere.
movie Sphere, please. And he said, sure. How old are you? And I said, 13. And he said, okay. And that's how I got to see the movie. So that's my brush with rule breaking. I broke the law. I saw a PG-13 movie when I was only 12 without parental guidance.
What?
I know. And then this movie ended up not being very good. So, I mean, that's this. So, yeah, this movie has a pretty stocked cast, right? It's Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, Sam Jackson, Liev Schreiber, Queen Latifah plays a
Fletcher.
a quick role.
Yeah.
She gets killed by jellyfish.
Who was the commander guy? He's in A Walk to Remember. He was the dad in A Walk to Remember. I remembered that. I kept on trying to place him as I was watching the movie, and then I finally realized, yes, Mandy Moore's preacher dad. That's what his most known role is.
Yeah, he died too. This is one of those movies.
You're just spoiling everything, aren't you?
You spoiled the end of the movie in your summary, Elyse.
No, I didn't. I did. But if we just will it enough, it won't be there.
Yeah,
right?
I think the cool thing about this movie is, like, conceptually, it's a fun idea. And I've never read the Michael Crichton book. I haven't read actually that many Michael Crichton books. I think I've read Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and or Jurassic Park 2, whatever. The Lost World, that's the one. I think those are the only Michael Crichton books I've ever read. But this, like, the concept of this is a cool idea, right? It's like suddenly we found something on the floor of the ocean. It's huge. It's got a fuselage that's like massive. It seems like it's an alien spacecraft. They bring in Dustin Hoffman's character, Norman, because...
Yeah, I didn't even mention Norman in my summary. I didn't really care about Norman.
He's the protagonist.
Meh.
They bring in Dustin Hoffman's character Norman because a few years earlier he wrote a report for the Bush administration.
False report.
About what they would do if they found an unidentified life form. And yeah, it turns out he's a psychiatrist, and it turns out it was just a bogus report he made up because they were going to pay him $35,000. So he put in this report the names of all these scientists he knew, this biologist that he used to date, this physicist that he knew since he was a kid, and this mathematician played by Sam Jackson. And they're basing this entire thing around the idea of this report that he wrote that turns out to be total bullshit. I think that's a really fun concept. I like the first time they go into the alien ship, they quickly learn that it's a man-made, American-made spacecraft.
English and Spanish.
From 2040 something. And so they figure out it's like time travel, and then the sphere gets introduced, and the movie kind of like shifts from there. Because the whole concept of this movie is, once you go inside the sphere, it gives you this power, and anything you think can come true, can become reality.
It manifests.
Yeah, it manifests. Yeah, so Dustin Hoffman is terrified of jellyfish. He manifests a bunch of jellyfish. Samuel L. Jackson's character Harry loved 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but he thought the squid was terrifying, so he manifests a giant squid that attacks the station, and basically it's that general idea, but it really doesn't do much beyond that.
And the whole thing with the computer, so I never really understood that part.
So basically the sphere is talking to them through the computer, through a coded system in the computer, and they translate the code, and they're able to talk to him. But then we learn later that
it was Harry. That's the part that I didn't
the sphere,
get.
It was Harry.
Yeah, that's the part that was like, what? This doesn't make sense. Because it was interesting when it was like the sphere did it, but then like the sphere still had power over the other people. And like if it was a separate entity.
You never really learn what the sphere is.
No, you don't.
Or what it wants.
No.
I mean, it's just like they figure out at the end that it's giving them these powers, and they're able to overcome that to escape before the station blows up.
Before you turn into Mr. Glass.
Yeah. And there's this brief moment of like, this thing gave us like the greatest gift of all. It gave us this gift of being able to make anything we think about, and we're so screwed up that all we can do is imagine the most horrible things possible and allow it to kill ourselves and destroy ourselves.
I think we should take all of Samuel L. Jackson's characters that he has ever played and think about how they're all really just a timeline of the same person and his life. And about how this character is really the same character throughout everything that's going through all of these changes, and how one of his movies really does truly build on the other.
What about the movies where he dies?
You know what? Everyone dies eventually. And then it's like a reincarnation.
You are very excited about this.
I think this would be an interesting thing to do.
You know what, Elyse? I love you.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out. I want to see you do it.
I mean, I don't want to take the time to do it. I just want someone to do it for me.
Oh, I see.
I think it'd be a very interesting study.
I see. Yeah. So what did you think of this movie?
I think it was good until it got to the part where it was the computer thing, and you realize that it was just like the sphere didn't really do anything, and it was supposed to be all of these other people. And that was the part that frustrated me. I was like, this idea behind the sphere actually being an alien that is controlling people is very interesting. The idea that it is a sphere that just gives these people these powers that then they are just able to will themselves to not believe it and forget their memories, and so nothing ever was. And then the sphere just goes back into outer space. That kind of made the movie bad.
Would you believe that this movie cost $80 million to make?
No, I would not believe that.
That's got to be mostly actors' fees, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because, like,
I mean, that was a giant gold orb. Do you think it was made out of all real gold?
I think no. Apparently, they changed the color because in the book it's supposed to be this like a dark, like black, colorless thing, and that just looked terrible on camera. So they changed it to like champagne colored to make it reflect stuff a little bit more. I like. There's this attack by the squid, and we don't ever actually see the squid. We just see it raining down. We just see it raining down squid eggs, which they never really explain why that's.
Yeah, where'd the squid eggs go? What happened to the baby squid?
And then there's those sea snakes that look really creepy.
Yeah, they looked pretty.
They looked pretty bad. They looked pretty bad. You know, practical effects wise, not great.
No,
not great.
Pretty gross.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's such a weird little movie. Like, it's just like there are parts of it that I really like. Apparently, a lot of the dialogue was improvised. Like, and you can kind of tell the moments where Dustin Hoffman goes into like an improvisational thing where he just starts like, just kind of bullshitting, and he's just like, I think when he's explaining how Harry was manifesting things, it definitely feels like improvisational dialogue. I don't know. It's just a weird little movie. And I hadn't seen it since I went and saw it in the theater. I just remember it being this movie that I didn't think was very good. And it's good knowing that however many years later, 21 years later.
You're old.
It's still not a good
More
movie.
white hairs.
It's still not a good movie.
No. I mean, it was good until that point.
Yeah.
And I had enjoyed it for a while.
Yeah.
And then.
So it is not surprising me that this movie flopped.
Yeah.
At all. Sorry, Dustin Hoffman. Not a great time. Not a great time.
You know, Dustin Hoffman, just go back and be Captain Hook some more.
Yeah.
I loved you in Captain Hook.
Yeah.
So Samuel L. Jackson has been in a lot of movies. That's why I don't want to do it by myself.
I think it's an impossible task, Elyse.
Snakes on a plane. Snakes on. This was the plane that there were snakes on. It was actually a spaceship. Scott.
What?
He's the same person.
He wasn't the one.
Time travel.
He wasn't on the plane when it crashed, Elyse.
But he was.
How do you fit Pulp Fiction into this?
It's been a while since I've seen Pulp Fiction.
How do you fit Deep Blue Sea into this?
Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah.
The sea. Duh. I haven't really seen Deep Blue Sea.
He gets eaten by a shark in that movie.
Yeah, that was the squid.
It was a shark.
No, it was a squid.
It's a shark.
Scott.
Hey, Elyse.
What?
What did this movie teach you about relationships? Relationships lessons. Relationships
you
lessons.
You can still get along with your mistress.
Yeah. So Dustin Hoffman, there's a funny part about this. So he's the therapist.
Yeah.
And Sharon Stone was his patient.
Yeah.
Who came to him with severe issues. She attempted suicide.
Yeah.
And then he's writing this bullshit report, and he needs you should have a biologist. What biologist should I put in here?
Let me put the woman that I cheated on my wife with.
Yeah, who is also my patient, which is ethically just disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do her. Yeah, I'm gonna do her.
Yeah, he did her.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so I mean that's good. They had a great working relationship. They made it through the sphere just fine. They did try to kill each other a couple times. Yeah. But, in
the end,
who doesn't?
They still got together.
I feel like the lesson, the lesson that I'm going to take to our marriage from this is sometimes you have delusions. Sometimes you try to kill each other. Sometimes you lock each other in a room slowly filling with water and demand that the other person inject a sedative to knock you out into a dreamless sleep so you don't summon a giant squid to come kill you all. Sometimes that happens. But you know what? If you come together, if you talk out your problems,
you can forget.
You can forget. You can forget.
You can forget.
That was such a weird ending.
I know.
It's just like, well, guys, if nobody in the future knows about it, we must have not told anyone. So we can use our power to make ourselves forget. And then the movie just ends.
Yeah. It was dumb.
But yeah, I mean, that's a relationship lesson.
Yeah.
Forget your problems.
Okay, so let's hold our hands right now,
let's
Scott.
Hold hands. We're holding hands.
Okay.
We're holding hands.
Audio. Mm-hmm. We are holding hands.
You're kind of pulling me a little bit.
Well,
here.
I'm trying to scoot myself closer.
Well,
now, Scott, we are going to forget.
Okay. Close your eyes.
So that in the future, we do not remember.
We're going to forget this
podcast.
This entire hour happened.
This is not going to have happened.
We're going to forget when you were mean to me about gray hairs.
I'm always mean to you
We're going to
about
forget
those.
when you were right about that argument we had earlier.
Because I always win.
We're just going to forget all that. Here we go. And forgotten.
And women never let you forget, Scott. Because I was right.
But you forgot.
Nope.
No, you're supposed to forget. That was the whole thing.
Nope, I'm a nag. Anyways, remember when I was right? I didn't close my eyes.
So the lesson of this relationship then is to never trust your wife.
That wasn't in the movie.
It was just all right, Elyse. I think that is all we have time for this week. What are we doing next week?
Next week, I'm really excited. We're going to watch Sweet Charity, which falls into the other category of the Mama doesn't know. Mama did know. Mama wished we didn't know.
Mama wished she could undo.
Yeah. But it does play off nicely of our conversation about Fosse Verdon because it was the movie that the show actually opened upon him filming and that evidently he had as a flop. But it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. I loved the music. There's this one song in it that my sisters and we would always sing. And I'll really enjoy seeing the choreography. And Shirley MacLaine. Love Shirley MacLaine.
You know, whatever Lola gets.
That's not from this movie.
It's not?
No.
What was that movie?
That's from Damn Yankees.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That Fosse Verdon stuff is so confusing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is all the time we have for you guys this week. If you like this podcast, you can check it and all the other shows we do over at our website, www.doofmedia.com. Also, consider becoming a patron of Doof Media. Elyse, how can they do that?
They can donate money at patreon.com/doofmedia. You can donate any amount that you would like to, preferably larger than $5.
Also, if you happen to be listening via Apple Podcasts, please head over to that, click the rating and review buttons, and leave us a rating and a review. Elyse loves reading your nice words.
I do.
And they really do help us get more exposure and have more people see this podcast. Although, I don't know if I want people to listen to this
I have a
episode.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
I always say I want people to donate $5, but I don't really know what they get when they donate $5. Do they get anything?
There is not a $5 tier.
Why is there? We should call that. I'm going to come up with something for a $5 tier.
You need a
if that's what I
reward
want people
structure.
to do. Oh, we don't have that structure.
It's $1, $10, $20. There is no $5 tier.
Why is there no $5 tier?
Because we do not have a backer reward at that tier.
Can we make one?
Sure.
Okay.
You have to come up with something.
Okay, I'm going to come up with something.
Okay, I'll leave this up to you. This will be the Elyse roll. Okay, you're not going to
Does that mean that if you donate $10, you automatically get the $5 one? Is that true? Okay. So it can't be like so juicy.
Okay, we're not going to do this right now. We're going to close the show and you can come up
Sometimes
with
I work
this.
best by talking things out.
Well, don't talk it out on the mic.
Okay, it'll be a mystery to everyone then.
They'll have to find out next week or whenever you decide to finish this. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it.
Elyse is glaring at
Elyse
Scott
is
right
glaring.
now.
Man, lots of jokes about audio. There's a lot of them. I think we ran that bit into the ground a few too many times. But I love you, Elyse. You're so amazing. Even though you lied about our therapy session, it really hurt me. I closed my eyes. You didn't close your eyes. I actually closed my eyes.
You know what? I was protecting you.
From?
Somebody has to be on the lookout.
We're in the house.
Well, the back door is open.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.